Did you appreciate Jose's singing of the national anthem? At our events here in Leavenworth, we've had, if I can remember, a politician, a judge, a pastor or two, university professors, and others. We've never had a singer be the keynote speaker and to sing the Pledge of Allegiance, to sing the national anthem, and to also give a concert. En los años que hemos tenido esta ceremonia aquí en Sleeping Lady, nunca hemos tenido un orador especial que es un cantador como José Iniguez. Entonces, ojalá que vuelvan ustedes. He has a number of professional credits. You can go online and see that he just finished a tour. He has, through his concerts, gathered $125,000 for scholarships for immigrant students at Central Washington University and at Eastern. And to me, that means Jose has a heart for justice, equity, and mercy. And for that, I am deeply appreciative. Lo que me gusta más de este señor cantador, Jose, es que por sus conciertos en todo el mundo y por las ganancias que ha recibido, ha separado $125,000 para los hijos de familias inmigrantes para que puedan estudiar en Central Washington University y también en Eastern Washington University. Es decir, para mí que él tiene un corazón de pasión para la justicia, equidad y misericordia. Y por eso estoy muy agradecido y privilegiado de introducir nuestro hablador, José Iniguez. Por favor, dale un aplauso.
My name is Jose Iniguez, and I'm deeply honored to be here. I am a brother, a son, an uncle, a friend, and yes, a U.S. citizen. I'm a person that has two professions. One profession is that I'm an executive travel at a travel company in Seattle, Washington. And working in the travel industry has also allowed me to see the world by traveling to 26 countries and to over 44 states in this wonderful country of ours. I learned the passion and curiosity of travel from my older sister, Alexia. She showed me to embrace this world and explore it. She was the first one to leave home to explore our world and join the Peace Corps and was off to Africa. She was in Africa for 2.5 years, helping the most needy on building garbage sanitation facilities and water reservoirs. Imagine my sister, who also went through the very same naturalization process as all of you to become a U.S. citizen, and who worked in the fields just a couple hours from here, was able to build the courage up to do this and do this on her own. For my second job, I am an opera tenor, as I demonstrated earlier. And I'm able to perform in 4 different languages. As one of the few Latino tenors in this country, it is with great humility that I am allowed to perform for the public. When I perform, one of my goals is to promote classical music to the public, and especially to our kids. It is vital that our kids do not forget the brilliance of our classical composers, because there will never be people like them. There will never be a Beethoven or a Mozart or a Giacomo Puccini. And I'm grateful that I'm able to perform music by these composers. But today, I stand before you as a child of immigrants. My mother was born in Cualcomán, Michoacán, and came to this country in the 1970s. My father, who was born in Trojes, Michoacán, came to this country in the early 1960s. My parents grew up in Mexico and came from similar backgrounds. My father grew up in the household of cattle raisers, and my mom grew up in the sugarcane fields of Mexico. and they did not receive the privilege of an education. In fact, both of them did not finish their elementary education. And as jobs dried up in Mexico, my father was forced to look north. I am the 7th of their 11 children and was the last to work in the fields in my family. So I know the feeling of the apple basket, lifting the basket up and down the ladder to get the last apple from the tree, and the pain of bending over and cutting the asparagus from the ground. Yes, I know the feeling all too well. But something that I will always remember, and to this day admire about my father, is that he told us to be proud because of the honest work we were doing. And to be proud because we were getting the life lessons of being a man or a woman in this world. And that lesson is, you have to work hard if you want to get ahead. My father didn't believe that his kids should be relaxing and watching TV at home, not if we were able to work and contribute to the household. And if we were not in school or in sports and involved in clubs, that meant we were working in the fields. So as you can imagine, I always wanted to be in school or in sports. As a boy, I resented my father because he never allowed us to be entitled. An example of this is in the orchard where he became foreman. He had the opportunity to put us in better positions where we didn't have to work as hard. But my father would say, no, you need to know what it feels like to work like everyone else. But I would tell him, Dad, they are not your sons. And he would tell me, that is right, they are not. So you have more to prove than they do. So yes, as a boy, this affected me deeply. But now as a man, I see what he meant by proving more than they do. I had to prove that I was going to work hard so that I could surpass him by working hard in the fields and by also working hard in school. His main rule was at 18 years old, you either go to college or you work in the fields and you start paying rent. He didn't make it easy for us because he still knew that we had much more to accomplish. One of his famous statements he would say to us when we were growing up, why do you think I brought you to this country? Then he would say, so you could do more than I could. And through my parents' efforts, I can stand here and tell you that all 11 children, from parents who came to this country with nothing at all 11 children graduated from their respective high schools and graduated from a 4-year degree university. In what country can a son of a migrant farm worker reach our most prestigious Ivy League universities, and for that father to bear witness in his lifetime that he produced a doctor from Dartmouth in New Hampshire? In no other country is the quality of my existence or the existence of my 11 siblings even possible. If someone told me that a migrant farm worker who used to sing as he thinned apples in the orchard fields of Mattawa was going to be performing in concerts in the most prestigious classic music halls, venues like Benaroya Hall, the Moore Theater, and be accompanied with symphonies like the Ballard Symphony Orchestra, I wouldn't have believed it. And neither would anyone else here today. In no other country would my story be possible. When my parents came into this country, they came as migrant farm workers, and with only the clothes on their backs, with 5 children, crossing that desert to make their way to this country. Our father's motivation to immigrate to the United States was because he did not believe that he could provide a decent life for his wife and his children in Mexico. Just like so many of our European brothers and sisters' great-grandparents did in the 1800s, my father believed in a vision for his family. And it's because of that knowledge that I owe my being to the very existence of the United States. My status as a child of immigrants has defined me as an American more than any other aspect of my background. My family stories are worth telling. just as each of your stories are also worthy. To uproot your life elsewhere, to move to another country, and to make a new life takes courage, faith, and determination. I honestly am not sure I could do what each of you has done. I started this speech by saying that I am honored to be here. And it is because I am honored to be in your company. What you have already accomplished by getting to this place is remarkable. The distances you have traveled, the obstacles you have overcome, and the efforts you have made to put down roots here should, and I hope, be sources of pride and of satisfaction for you and your families. Together, my parents taught me to be a diligent student, to not just love my family, but to take care of my family, to work hard, to be grateful for what I've been given, and to look out for others, especially those who are less fortunate than myself. These are lessons that parents teach their children across the globe. But my parents also emphasized the importance of participating in our society because of the rare opportunities that American democracy provides to its citizens. Each of you, as an American citizen, has it in your power to become instrumental to the life of this city or wherever you ultimately end up. I urge each of you to participate in public life of this country, whether through the simple but essential act of voting, through your participation on a jury when summoned, by running for public office or campaigning for the candidate that you support, and by speaking your mind on all topics that are important to you. Whether it is what the political priorities of this city or country should be, or how to improve the public schools in your area, or even just how the Seahawks should have given the ball to Marshawn Lynch on the last play of the Seahawks' second run Super Bowl championship. Together, you, me, all of us, constitute the government of this country. It is not some power outside of ourselves, but the power of our country is us. The people here graduating in the audience today make up the power of this country. I hope that you not only remember that, but you take the responsibility that comes with the power seriously. Just like we love our churches and we love our families, you need to love this place and wonder at the daily miracle of being a citizen of the United States, a robust and enduring democracy rooted both in individual liberty and equal opportunity. I heartily congratulate each and every one for you for today becoming a citizen of this most blessed country. And may God bless you and bless the United States of America.